What's going on, everyone? It's Beyond the Mat Wrestling. I'm here with Shiesteez. We're doing a U20 and U23 breakdown. Before we get into anything, I want to give a shout out to Bashmania. He's made this amazing website where it makes it super easy to access everything, view all this stuff, that everything we're looking at right now. If you guys want to go back and look at it later, it's all on Bashmania. So shout out to him first. He has a really good podcast that he does. Shiesteez, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. Shout out to you for asking me to do this, and also shout out this guy for the website because it is pretty cool. I ran through it. It looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, of course, dude. I appreciate you hopping on. And you, of course, do some good content over there on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot. So I want to have you come on here and talk some wrestling and see where your head's at on some of this stuff. So, first off, these first 10 guys that you were looking at here, they are already in the finals. So we'll run through them real quick. 57 kilograms, Isaiah Cortez, his brother Elijah Cortez at 61, Bo Bassett at 65 kilograms, Landon Robidoux at 70, Jaden James at 74, Ryan Burton at 79, Aiden Sinclair at 86, Jimmy Masney at 92, Michael Boyle at 97, and Kobe Merrill at 125. Those dudes are all sitting out till the finals. And they will be in the best 2 out of 3. Whoever comes through the challenge tournament will face those guys. So let's just get right into it. Enough talking here. Anything you want to say first? First thoughts here at 57 kilograms. I know we messaged a little bit about 57 kilograms in specific.
Sorry, my headphones are dying. Uh, no, I want. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Did you say something?
Yeah, no, I was just saying anything you want to say about 57 kilograms in specific. I know we mentioned, talked about this weight a little bit. We were messaging about it. This weight is absolutely loaded. So is there any guys you want to mention off the top?
Well, that's what I was gonna mention. That's all I was gonna say. Really, like this weight is loaded. Just a bunch of huge names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know anybody in particular, but I said just a bunch of big names. Guys coming from different weight classes. It looks like. I think it's pretty exciting. I'm not super well versed in some of people's freestyle skills, but I definitely think it's an interesting weight. So I'll let you kind of kick it off, and I'll give my 2 cents here and there.
Yeah, Antonio Mills is a killer. He's going to Ohio State. Dominic Munaretto is a world champ, I want to say. Definitely on the world team. I could be wrong on that. Gray Burnett was on a world team. Hayden Schwab was a Fargo. Maybe he was a Greco world team member. Um, Isaiah Cortez obviously is sitting out. Locke Weber um, is a beast, an Ohio boy. Paul Kenny's really good. Rockland Zinkin's really good. You can't forget about Ronnie Ramirez. He was starting at 133 for the Cowboys from some of the season. And then you also got Ryland Seacrest, number one ranked 113 pounder in the country, going to Arizona State. This weight class is absolutely loaded. I'm so excited to watch this weight class, honestly. Um, I'm obviously biased. My boy Rollins in this weight class, I'm gonna definitely be pulling for him. I'm definitely gonna be pulling for him, hoping he does a good tournament. So we'll see how he does. But like you said, this weight has so many killers. Someone to watch out for, I would say, is Gray Burnett. Gray's an absolute killer. But this whole weight class is stacked. Like I wouldn't be surprised if any of those guys that I mentioned end up doing really well. So, you got any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, I was just I feel like Gray Burnett always finds himself in interesting matches. So I feel like that could be interesting. Like he's always like in seems like he'll just be in a random match like tight for some reason. So but I
Yeah.
do think he's really good. Well, I don't think he just is good. So that's definitely interesting. I'm a big fan of Rockland Zinkin. I just love his like let it fly style. Um, I think it'll be really effective, especially in freestyle. I just don't know how good he is in freestyle, but if I'm just gonna pull someone random, I want to see win. I'm a big Rockland Zinkin fan. Uh,
Like,
and dude, say he's always hitting like laps, like big moves. Like he's gonna floor these people, and he might be able to build up a lead. And he's just got good leg attacks. Like he's super good. I think maybe he's not underrated, but I just don't think he's talked enough. Maybe like
yeah.
he's really good. So I'm thinking he's gonna do really well. Obviously, they got Ezekiel Witt as well. I mean, NCAA qualifier and Ronnie Ramirez, who would have been an NCAA qualifier. So it's like, dude, there's a lot of good people at this weight.
Yeah, it's a stacked weight. This is one that, like I said, I'm super looking forward to watching this weekend. I'm going to be out there at Spire for I don't know if I'm gonna go for Greco, honestly. I'm still undecided on that. I'm not the biggest Greco guy, but I'll definitely be there for freestyle. So I'm excited to be there and watching this, hopefully Matt's side. So let's move on to 61 kilogram. We got Elijah Cortez sitting out to the finals. And I think the big dog in this weight class that you see right away is Aaron Seidel there. But you also got some other guys like Tommy Worster. He's an Ohio boy. Um, he's super tough as well. He's a younger guy. I want to say he's a sophomore. He is super, super tough. Another guy, same school as Locke Weber, Dublin Kaufman. So they're both from the same school. They're both tough boys. Any thoughts here? I think Seidel and Cortez are probably on a collision course in the finals here.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know Cortez is like who we had to beat and like get to that challenge or get to the tournament. I know these guys are good, obviously, but I just don't know full everything about their freestyle, like I already said. But honestly, I think Seidel, like just especially with how he did against like DeSanto and all these other guys, like I think he's just gonna win this. He's so tough. It's like I don't, he didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but he's been impressing me left and right. I still think just to give some mention, Jackson Bloom from Indiana is like he's pretty tough. He might be able to get in there. But these high school kids are really good. And I just always like to shout out NAI, bro. Luke Rio, I think he was an NAI national champ this year, so I want to see him do good. I like to see lower division guys do well, but we'll have to see.
Who is it that was one of?
Luke Rio, I believe
Oh,
he was the NAIA champ this year at 133. He's like an Indiana kid back in the
gotcha.
day, so I'd like to see him do well. He's pretty tough. He always lost my teammate though, so
That's funny. Oh yeah. Let's I'm always like you said, pulling for those D2, D3 NAI boys. So let's see how they do. Let's move on to 65 kilograms. You got Bo Bassett sitting out to the finals, best two out of three. Any guys you want to mention there? I think off the top of my head, Sam Herring is super tough. Him and Bo actually went to the same high school, so I'd be interested to see how that match goes. I don't think they've ever wrestled each other. And then Tyler DeQuaker is super tough, top three kid in the country, Super 32 champ. He's a cool kid, funny kid. I got to meet him before and hang out with him a little bit, and he's a pretty funny kid. So pulling
I'm
for
pretty
him
sure
as
the Kraker took down Bassett like once or twice when they wrestled at the Open. So like he's definitely tough. Uh,
well.
this bracket's honestly, I feel like it's obviously it's a lot smaller, but there's a lot of big names in here too. Clinton Shepard's really good. Uh, like I think he'll be tough. Isaiah Schaefer had some really good wins this year. He was a freshman. He's like a red shirt at Purdue. Um, he's beaten some really good guys. Kellen Wolbert's pretty tough. There's a lot of good names here.
Yeah.
Obviously Bo Bassett is just gonna kill everybody, but who I could see making the finals. I mean, like so I think the Kraker's really tough. I think Isaiah Schaefer, Clint Shepard could be surprising. That's a little bit of bias there, but Sam Herring stuff as well. This low key like might be the bracket to watch. I feel like there's a lot of pretty interesting names in here.
No,
But
I
I'm
agree.
gonna pull for the Indiana kids.
No, hell yeah. No, I agree. I think this is an interesting bracket. Maybe some people look at this and say Bo Bassett next question, and maybe that is what ends up happening because there is levels to the game. But there is some killers in this weight class. So, like you said, DeCraker is taking Bassett down. It's just, can those dudes hold up for 6 minutes against him? Um, TBD, right? To be determined. We'll find out.
No,
But yeah,
no, I that's just I'm that's
yeah,
my biased take. No, but we'll see.
yeah, no, we'll see. Absolutely. So, no, I mean, all those dudes are freaking killers. So, if you even make the U20 tournament, you have to qualify. So, you're a savage if you're in the tournament,
For
regardless.
sure.
Um, at 70 kilograms, let's move on. You got Rabidou sitting out to the finals. Um, I think excuse me. You got a couple good names in there that I'm looking forward to maybe seeing him match up against. Melvin Miller, Seth Mendoza, Buzakis. I think those are all possible matches. I honestly think it's going to end up being Melvin Miller and Robidou, though. But there's some other killers in this bracket. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, definitely a tough one. You obviously kind of mentioned the top names already, but I mean, Charlie DeCina is pretty good as well. All these guys, like I said, they're all tough. I feel like Melvin Miller's kind of like the dude, obviously, that's gonna be to watch out for, but he's like fairly upsettable, I guess. I know sometimes he just has some interesting matches as well. So I don't know if it's like a lock for him in the finals. I could see someone like Seth Mendoza, Busakis, like one of those other guys already mentioned, taking him out potentially. But if I had to pick, it's gonna be Miller in the finals against Rabadou. And I think that's a match that Miller could win. You know, when he shows up, he's really good.
Yeah. No, I agree. Melvin Miller's a killer. Robert is super solid too. It was fun to watch him all this year, and so it definitely will be interesting. I'm super interested to see if Melvin Miller can pull it off because Robidou obviously just won an NCAA title, and I don't know. Melvin Miller's still in high school, so I feel like sometimes when you see a high schooler beat an NCAA champion, it's not as important or not as exciting to see nowadays because you see it more often. But um, I don't know. I'll be interested to see if that
No, I
happens.
was just thinking that the other day, like it's like it's almost been like watered down. Like now you see it so often. It's like, bro, like when Jaden James wrestled David Carr, I was almost like, really, bro? Like you couldn't win?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. Like he's so good. But like, no, I agree. It's like people forget how hard that is, and like these kids haven't even gone into a college room or like put on a college singlet.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Um, yeah, like this dude's still training in like a high school room and he's competing with like dudes that are on an RTC and like legit programs. It just shows like how good that dude really is. Like you said, Melvin Miller literally is a killer. So he's beat a lot of really good dudes. So I'm looking forward to see how he does. Jaden James, he's another killer. It was really fun to watch him wrestle. I think him and Ladarian Lockett will be good. Will Denny's really good as well. Victory Elite. Is that I think that's I don't know. Is his name William? That's the NC State kid, right? I thought it was Will
Yeah, I
Denny.
think it's Will
Okay,
Denny, just
William.
William
Okay.
Will Denny.
Okay. I was just making sure that's the same kid. Any other
I think
names you
it is. Let me just look at this real quick.
got?
Like anybody that stands out to me in particular, I think this is probably a Ladarian Lockett getting through this bracket. But at the same time, it's kind of crazy with Lockett because like he's tech to Jaden James. I think last year, and obviously it's a year difference. But he had that bit of an underwhelming performance at nationals. I don't know if he's like if the pressure can get to him sometimes, or sometimes he just like I keep saying people have interesting matches, but sometimes he seems to fall apart here and there. And I say that with no disrespect, it happens. But I think it'd be really interesting. I think he's gonna get through the challenge tournament pretty easily, or like to Jaden James. But I'm really excited for that match. That's why I'm in the finals. I think James is gonna take it this time just because after his performance with Carr. But and who knows, Lockett might really show up and remind us who he is.
Yeah. No, like you said, I think Ladarian has up and down performances. If he shows up, he could absolutely win this tournament. Something to mention though is when these guys, it's a one-day turn. Excuse me, it's a one-day tournament for these U20 guys. So they have to win the challenge tournament, then win a best 2 out of 3 against a guy that's fresh. So which can sometimes kind of be a big ask. Let's move on to 79. You got Ryan Burton sitting out to the finals. You got Asher Cunningham in this weight class. You got Joseph Jeter, who's tough, top 3 ranked kid. That's a kid who owns the Ishiki clothing. Shout out to him. Um, any other names in there? I don't know if that Cassiope's maybe brother. I don't know.
Um, yes, unfortunately, I just don't fully know all the young guys. I would assume so, but I mean, like I said, bro, Jeter's so good. He's one of the few wrestling. He was like when I first started watching more wrestling content, I was actually watching Joseph Jeter. So
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of his. He's got such a funky style as well.
yeah,
So I think that's just gonna be really good for freestyle, especially. He's gonna find just a really good way to put people on their back. There's some tough kids in here though, obviously. If I was wrong with anybody, I'm probably taking Joseph Jeter here. But there's some tough names in here for sure. I really like Chris Crawford. He wrestles at IU right now at Indiana University. He's pretty tough. But I think it's going to be a Jeter in the finals.
yeah. I'm interested to see how Asher Cunningham does. Honestly, being a Nittany Lion Wrestling Club guy, his dad's on the coaching staff. Obviously, we know that 57 through 74 is super stacked. Does he move up and try to wrestle Rocco off? Does he stay at 74? Who ends up being at 74 for Penn State? That's a topic for a whole nother day, to be honest. But I'm interested to see how he does, right? Like, can he compete with some of those top level guys? It'll be
Where's
interesting to see.
Cunningham coming out of? Well, what state? Do you know?
He's got to be a PA guy because his dad is the Penn State
Oh, I
coach.
guess that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Uh,
I
okay,
mean,
nah, definitely. It's like you already said too. When you're got a coach like that, like you're obviously just gonna like. See, those guys just have confidence. I don't know. I think it's just confidence that, or it's some other things, but they just have the confidence.
oh, yeah. Let's move on to 86 kilograms. This weight class. It's pretty tough as well. You got Aiden Sinclair and Brock Mantanona. I think those dudes are gonna. It'll be interesting if that match ends up coming to fruition. But Michael White's super tough as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Aiden Sinclair Michael White final.
Yeah. Is Michael White? Trying to think. I think he's an Indiana kid at a high school, possibly. That's who I think it is. But he's definitely tough. I've seen him wrestle. Yeah, I think this is definitely an interesting weight class. I mean, Brock Mantanona, super tough. Waylon Cresswell is always pretty good. Michael White, I like this weight class. I don't know. Like, you said you're thinking White's gonna be in the finals.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, I think Michael White's pretty tough. I think it would be White or possibly Mantanona. I mean, Mantanona's super tough as well. Um, Michael
I just have a
White's,
hard time choosing against the college dudes. Like that might just be silly. But like I'm always rolling with the older guys. Like usually they just have that like I don't even know if it's tough because I feel like a lot of the younger kids are young, like hungry, but like those old guys kind of get that mat savvy. So I personally I can't pick against someone like Mantanona. That's just me though.
yeah, no, that's fair. Let's move on to 92 kilos. You got Jimmy Mastny sitting out to the finals. You got Adam Waters in this weight class. And you also got John Branson. I honestly don't know who that is off the top of my head. I should know who that is. John Branson. He was an All-American this year. Why do I not know who that is? That's like a. I should know who this is. I didn't look enough into this, guys, before I started
Branson
recording.
John, that name is very. I agree. It's like ringing a bell for me as well. It might be Maryland, like 97.
Yeah, he's a 97 from Maryland. That's a good pull. That was a really good pull. I didn't realize he AA'd this year. I mean, I guess the last 97 I really can think of off the top of my head, I think of Jackson Smith, but now he's freaking going down to 74.
Yeah, he
So
got
fuck
small out
that.
of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how this weight class ends up. Um, yeah, but let's keep an eye on that Mr. John Branson. Must be
I
better.
wish I could provide more on this, but I don't. I just don't watch a ton of the bigger guys. I'm blanking here. This is not my
Yeah.
weight class.
Nah, I mean you could see some of the rankings here as well. So Tanner Hodgins is ranked, 13th. He's going to be a tough out for anyone. Carson Tompkins, um, whatever. There's some tough guys in here. So whatever. Looking forward to that weight class. Like you were saying before, dude, I'm not super well known with a lot of these high school dudes. Part of me wanting to even do this is just so I have a better idea of some of these high school guys. I'm gonna be there this weekend. Gets me hyped up, juiced up for it. So
It'd be nice so we can see how wrong we are and like, oh, and then get put on.
yeah, hopefully no one's like clipping it after the fact. So it's all good. 97 kilograms. We got Michael Boyle in the finals. Um, I know that Canopo kid, but honestly, I don't know who it is off the top of my head. I've heard that name, but I don't know who that is there, this kid. Um, yeah, I don't have much to add on this weight class, to be honest with you. I don't know. Robert Platt sounds familiar too. He's a UNC kid, so he's probably a tough out. Any Askren guys, it's gonna be tough. So it'll be an interesting weight class. You got anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run with the guy that made the finals already. As I'm a little lost now.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
I
big
don't know.
guys.
Yeah, I don't know some of these bigger guys. Well, I do know some of these guys at least at heavyweight. Kobe Merrill's a really, really tough. He's been looking good against some of these senior level guys. Then you got Drayshawn Ross. He's coming into Okie State this upcoming year, so we'll see how he does. And then Michael Mako. So it'll be a definitely interesting weight class, I think, with those top three guys.
Yeah, I think this is when I can speak a little more. I might think Kobe Merrill just he's just tough. So like again, it's so hard for me to pick against guys like are in the finals and a favorite here. I do think a couple of these kids are gonna give him a run for his money though, but I'm rolling Kobe.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't hate that. All right, we're gonna move on into U23s, which I might know less about possibly. Hopefully that's not possible, but I think it may be. So yeah, real quick rundown on U23. It goes Saturday and Sunday, and then once you make the finals Sunday, you have to win a best 2 out of 3. So no one's sitting out to the finals. This is all bracketed. Like you can see here, there's 954 wrestlers registered, which is ridiculous. You know, it's kind of just open registry, D2, D3, NAIA kids. I think you could just wrestle in it if you just like want to wrestle in it. Like I don't even know if you have to be like affiliated with like a technically like a real RTC. Someone can correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong. But regardless, there's a bunch of different kids here. So I'm gonna filter only by the big boarders, like dudes that were, you know, whatever, ranked a couple top couple hundred in high school, right? So we'll kind of just go through that list of big boarders and all Americans at each weight, and we'll kind of just break it down from there.
I got a question. How do you feel about the 2 out of 3 finals? Are you a fan of that?
Um, that's a good question, actually. That's a good video question, actually. Um, I feel like I like them because at the end of the day, like maybe you could say like wrestlers will never get like caught technically. Maybe you got hit in a good move or whatever. But I feel like maybe this is a bad example because Luke Lilladell's ranked #1 in the world right now, right? But I think if him and Spencer wrestled again, I think Spencer probably wins, you know, 7, 8 of 10 times. So I think having that in mind of like, maybe there's like some fluke matches every once in a while. You get headlocked with 5 seconds left or whatever. Maybe I'm wrong.
I,
Luke might
yeah,
make me my words there because that maybe is a bad example, but that's what I was
I don't
saying.
think it's a bad example. I think it's a completely logical thing to think. I personally don't like the 2 out of 3 though. I just feel like, I mean, what other thing we don't do 2 out of 3 in the NCAA finals? Like, who's the champ 3 times? Like, my opinion, like, you wrestle somebody, you win or you lose, you know? So I'm not a big fan of it personally
Yeah.
myself. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think honestly, as a fan perspective, like anytime I get to see more of the top dudes like go at it, like I'm all about it. And I think it makes it fun as like a fan when like they go 1-1 against each other. Then it's like, oh man, like this is
Yeah, that
match
last
to
match.
be like, you know what I mean? Or like when Yanni got pinned by PJ last year, or like ended up getting beat by him in the second match. It was like, oh man, like was that a fluke or like what's gonna happen in the third. I don't know. I feel like it like builds anticipation. It makes it kind of fun. So,
Well,
anyways,
I feel like wait, okay, wait, one more thing before you go on, actually, because I feel like that's a good example why there should be one match. I feel it's like, okay, Yanni just dominates Duke, and then Duke collects himself. I don't know what they did in the back room, but they must say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and then we
yeah,
adjusted. So it's like, okay, but you don't do that at a tournament, so I don't like it. But it's
yeah,
definitely more exciting to watch.
yeah. No, like you said, I could definitely see like both coins to it, honestly. But I will just say, yeah, I think I would say if I had to choose, I'd say keep it because I think it's more wrestling, more fun. Like especially when you're watching it on your phone, it's like, oh, it's just gonna go to a 2 out of 3, whatever. But and I think it's also like if you could beat a guy 2 times in a row, like you're probably the better guy.
I'll give you that one.
Right, I don't know. Anyways, enough rambling about that. I could talk about wrestling all day, bro. So just random stuff. But let's get into only the big borders here at 57 kilograms for U23. If you see guys, you can kind of just name them out. Billy Smith there, I think that's an Ohio boy, I want to say. Joey Cruz was Iowa's starting 125.
I got
Two,
basically the entire Big Ten like starters in here I've
yeah, Max
seen.
Gallagher, Spencer Moore, Troy Spratley. Um, Yeah, a lot of hammers in this weight class. Um, anyone that
I'm
you got
100%
on?
rolling with Spratley here. He's a really good freestyler for one thing, and just like obviously really good at the just folk style as well. Like he just, not that these kids are bad. I always have to preface with that, but like he's just levels above this field.
Yeah. No, Aiden Smith is really good too. I think Max Gallagher, Spencer Moore maybe could give him, you know, somewhat of a run. But yeah, I think you're right that Troy Sproutley's probably um ahead of this field by a little bit. So you got anything else you want to add on 57?
Nah, I think honestly, I think Max Gallagher has some interesting folk style like wins and results, but I mean, like Yuri said, it's gonna be like he's gonna have to pull something to win that match. I mean, Spratly's just tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on to 61 kilograms here. Let's see who we got. Christian Guzman's tough. Ahmed Talmadge, he's a
Up
pit
at
guy.
61 is kind of interesting for Guzman. He's like I thought he was a little boy, so that's kind of interesting. He's moving up.
I honestly didn't know he was smaller for the weight.
I thought he was, maybe not. He was always a 25 pounder.
I hate to say it, but I think Buzak. Not that I hate to say it, but everyone in this weight class is really tough. But I think Buzakis is probably ahead of this field by a decent amount in freestyle.
Yeah, let me look through here. Just get the full. I mean, Logan Frazier's pretty tough. He's like a decent freestyler. Indiana kid, but he's pretty tough in freestyle. That Markel Baker guy has had a solid season this year. I
Yeah.
don't know his freestyle
Uh,
skills though. Let me look a little further in this.
it's a good weight class, honestly. Like, there's a lot of tough kids in here. So I think Buzakis is just a really good freestyler. But we've seen like different Buzakises, and I like Buzakis, but um, I'm hoping he really pulls through for the Buckeyes next year. I don't know where he's gonna end up. If that's I'm assuming at 25, maybe he goes up to 41. Maybe Davino goes up to 41 and he goes 33. Again, those are questions all for another video at a later date. But you got any more thoughts on 61?
Nah, I mean, I think he. I mean, I think Buzakis is probably gonna take this field. He's pretty tough when he shows up.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think this is also a Buzakis bracket, but I think there's guys that could give him fits. So I think it could be interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to 65 kilograms here. You got Bear Priest, who's a pit guy. Um,
There's a
Dalton
bunch of
Perry.
big names here I'm already seeing.
You got Coy Biskins in there, Nate Desmond in there, Pearson Manville. A lot of tough guys in this weight class. A lot of
I mean,
tough guys.
Coy Biskins is down from 49, and he was pretty tough this year for the Wolfpack, so that could be interesting. Nate Desmond, he's been just rolling around at 41 or 65, whatever. So I think that could be interesting. See how Nate Desmond does. I don't know how big he is, but he's been getting wins, and he's just a Penn State guy. So that's pretty interesting for him for sure.
I have a
I
Coy
saw another name.
Biskins interview I gotta drop. That's the next interview to drop.
Really?
So yeah, a little sneak peek for that. Yeah, yeah, maybe I'll drop that soon. I honestly haven't dropped the other Johnny one. I've been lacking on that, guys, too. If you're watching this video right now, still to this point, I apologize. I've been lacking. I got a bunch of other stuff going on in my life. Trying to do, 10 different things, trying to run some different people's social media and do some different stuff. So I apologize for that, but I'm definitely gonna try to stay on those interviews. I got a couple lined up with some pretty big names that I think you guys will enjoy. I just got to get back on that content. So I do apologize for that. Um, anything else you got here?
Do you mind scrolling down a little bit? I can't see the full
Yeah.
who was at the
Yeah.
bottom. I mean, if I had to pick I don't. I mean, Bo Bass is already in the finals for this, right? Is that like the same type of scenario, or does
No,
he have to
no,
wrestle
no,
through this?
no, no. He's not wrestling U23s. He's
Oh, I
just
thought he
wrestling.
was.
Unless I don't see him
I
listed
mean, his
here.
name's not in there, but
Yeah, I don't see him listed.
dude, Pearson Manville's tough in freestyle. Like, I think he's good folk styler too, but his freestyle, he was doing really well at I forget it's the Open or whatever tournament that was. He had a close match with Joey McKenna, so like I'm
Yeah.
taking Pearson Manville here. He's pretty tough.
Nate Desmond's a killer. He's the one that beat Luke Glodell this year.
And he's
And
good too. I'm still going Manville though. He's
yeah.
really good freestyle guy.
No, no. Coy Biskins is a killer too. Like there's this weight class is stacked. So um yeah. Let's move on to 70 kilograms. Let's see what we got here. Brogan Tucker off the top of my head. He's a dog. Gavin Drexler was an All-American 2 years ago. Um he kind of had a tough draw this last year. He's like a 28 seed. Uh, so maybe he had an up and down NCAA year, but see how he does as far as the U23 goes. Maddox Shaw is a super tough wrestler. Miguel Estrada is really tough.
We
See
got
who
Jordan
else you got.
Williams in there.
This Nicholas. I don't know how to say his last name. I was on a team with him before though. He's a tough wrestler for Navy. Um, Sergio Lemley, I didn't even see him. Yeah, Sergio Lemley as well. Yeah, there's
Dude,
a lot of tough. Oh, Jordan
I'm sorry. So
Williams.
I'm feeling Jordan. Yeah, I'm feeling Jordan Williams, bro. Like I feel like he gets like a lot of hate for no reason, just because like he gets a little gassed, or sometimes he's losing a match and he loses by more. And people are like, oh, he's not trying. Like I don't know what they're saying, bro. I think this is a Jordan Williams. He can take this. He's pretty tough in freestyle, just in general. Um, got a lot of big moves in his arsenal.
Yeah,
I'm
Bo
thinking
Hickel's
this is a
pretty
Jordan
tough.
Williams bracket.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up coming on top. He's looked good on the senior circuit. He ended up taking third, I want to say, at the trials. Then maybe got fourth. I always get him confused. Maybe he got third at the
Yeah, I
USA.
always get him confused too, bro.
That's what it was. But yeah, Maddox Straw's really tough. Miguel Estrada's tough. He's a teammate of Jordan Williams there. So they were
Yeah.
really 57. They had Miguel Estrada, Victor Voinovich, they ended up going with, and Jordan Williams. So yeah, this weight is tough, man. Again, a lot of those guys that we mentioned, I would not be surprised if they ended up doing really well in this bracket. So this one will be interesting to watch throughout the weekend, no doubt. You got anything else?
Nice. I always like to have a pick. I'm rolling Jordan Williams here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lost. Maybe there's still some good guys in here, but that's what I'm going with.
I don't want to pick too many guys
No,
because
I get you. I'm going to. I have to. I just have
I'm,
to.
I'm gonna be there, so I don't want to be
No, I
getting.
get you.
Oh, someone's gonna come off the mat, be saying some
Dude,
crazy.
Swiderski's up at 74. That's kind of crazy.
Dang, dang, you are right. I wonder how he does up there.
And Cross Washulewski's up at 74
Yeah,
as well. Dude, they got some dudes just bumping weight.
dude, and
And
Ethan
Ethan Styles.
Stiles. Damn. What is 74 kilograms? I feel like
It's like
that's
163
63
pounds,
and
like
a half. Yeah,
164.
163 and a half. Yeah. Logan Messer's tough. Laird Root's tough. Joel Jesseroga's tough. Kessler's tough. All those guys are tough. Gavin Hawk's good. This is a stacked weight class. Nico Ruiz, Tyler Lillard. This is an absolutely freaking loaded weight class. But I'm really interested to see how like Tyler Lillard does, who's a 65 pounder, versus like Ethan Styles, who's a 49 pounder, or Casey Swiderski. You know what I mean? Like some of those
Yeah.
49 pounders, I'm interested to see how they do.
No, there's a lot of good dudes in here. I mean, Bryce Lowry, well, he was like a qualifier this year at 57. Now he's up at 60, whatever this is. Um, Dude, yeah, I don't know. I mean, these guys, that's a huge weight jump to make, like, not that long after the season. But I feel like, I mean, obviously, Casey took eighth in national, but like, dude, he's such a hard nosed wrestler. Like, I feel like freestyle might benefit him.
Yeah,
Uh,
getting push
yeah, this is
ups.
definitely. I like Lillard though, dude. He's really tough as well. Um, he had kind of like an interesting season, like decent amount of losses, but he's really tough, dude. I don't know who I would take here because there's like I don't feel like there's any real standout names.
Joel Jesseroga's
Nico
tough.
Ruiz obviously is pretty tough, so I don't know.
Joel Jesseroga's a D2 guy, I want to say. He's a two-time champ, maybe
I don't
before.
think he ever won.
Oh, he never won it? Okay.
I don't think he won, but like he always had like another really good guy in his bracket. He was from like I forget what school. I know you're talking about. He's tough too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this weight class, I honestly didn't realize how loaded it was. And I'm super interested to see how some of these lower weight guys end up doing. The 49s that are all the way up at like a 65 now. Like, how do those guys do? And how does like a Lillard fare who's, making a lower weight class technically than he did all season, right? Like, does he, kind of put it on these guys possibly because of a size, or does it not really factor in as much? I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out for sure.
No, I agree. I definitely think this is probably as of right. I'm obviously been some good weights, but this is kind of the one to watch if you want to see like anything happen type scenario.
Yeah. Do you have a pick you want to make? I'm not
Uh,
making.
Dude,
This
I
way
don't know. It's so
I don't
weird.
even.
I'm a big Casey Swiderski guy, but like he also lost a cross for like
Yeah.
seventh. But like, dude, if Casey put on the muscle, um, and he wrestles like just his style, I think he could beat all these people.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. I agree. Let's move on to 79 kilos. Let's see what we got here. Some of these weight guys, again, I haven't even looked at them like one time, and maybe that's like bad planning for me. But I wanted it to almost be like first reaction for some of the weight classes because I was going through them, and then I was like, you know what? Like, it almost would be better if I just looked at the guys and I was like, hey, these dudes are super tough. Like, watch out for these guys because I am going to be there. I don't want to make any predictions that are too crazy again. But Hunter Garvin's tough. He's a two-time All-American. Um, who else we got here? Gunnar Flipowicz is actually tough. I've watched him wrestle a couple times. He has a brother as well, I want to say. Uh, anyone else you want to name?
Just no big standouts for me. Not anybody that I recognize too well.
I recognize
I mean,
this big.
obviously Garvin's got the big name here. Uh, there's obviously tough people here though. I wish I could say more. And sometimes it sucks because like sometimes these dudes like they're tough and they're just not, you know, like in that starting lineup at their school, or they're just not, they haven't quite had their breakout yet. So like some of these guys I could just be sleeping on, bro.
No, that is how it is. Again, if like a lot of guys in this tournament, if you're watching this and you're in the tournament, don't feel disrespected if we left you out because you're probably a freaking savage. But I just don't know who you are off the top of my head, probably, or I just forgot. I'm so bad with names. So if I do know who you are, you're definitely a dog. So we'll definitely say that. Let's move on to 86 kilograms here. Bennett Berge, I wrestled him before. He put it on me before. Chase Kranitz kid. I don't know. He goes to Pitt. His name sounds familiar. So I probably follow him on social media or something. This is a really small weight class. Wow. Um,
Yeah, it's
he
so
had
weird how some of the brackets are like tiny.
Jake Daly's tough. He was a UNC kid, transferred to NC State. Yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking here? You got any
Also,
others?
we do have just the big board filter on, so there's obviously more people. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I know some of these guys. It's pretty hard to
Chapman's
go
tough.
against Bergie though. Um, I'm just trying to run through everybody we got on this list right here. I know
Dylan
Jack
Victor's
Daly's
tough.
decent.
Yeah, and Jordan Chapman's tough. Jake
All
Daly is
these, like I said, I don't want to keep everybody here is gonna be tough, but I'm going with Bergie. He's a pretty good wrestler, obviously, and I like to roll with the favorite here.
no, that's
In
fair.
my opinion, he's the favorite.
Let's go to 92. Finish it up with the last couple weight class here. We got Gabe Solers. He's a tough boy. I know that's your Indiana guy. Sure you like him. Uh, Luke Cochran. He's a tough kid. He wrestles for. Oh, he's at Chippewa now. I thought he was at Penn State. I don't know if that's like a different RTC he's wrestling under. Regardless, Max Stout's super tough. He used to beat up on me when he was in high school. It's kind of embarrassing. But he is an All-American now, so it doesn't make me feel as bad. Who else? I don't know really any of these other guys.
I recognize a few of these kids here. Manoa Weaver was like really good back in high school. He's like a freshman or sophomore.
Okay.
He's a younger guy. He's decently tough though. Obviously stout. You mentioned
Yeah.
Cochran. Who's a Harvey Luddington. I guess they're pretty
Oh,
big on
yes.
him at Iowa.
Good
Um,
call.
but they obviously started Gabe, which is probably the better move. But I guess they're pretty big on Luddington, so I would definitely keep an eye on him. Uh, Solers had a great season too, so I think this weight can be pretty tough. If I had to choose somebody, I don't even know, bro. I mean, I probably just got to roll with Max out again, but like Gabe Solers is a decent freestyler as well. Um, shoot, yeah, I think this is gonna be pretty interesting actually. I like to see
That's a
how
good.
Luddington does.
Yeah. No, I agree. This will be an interesting weight class. Like you said, Ludington, I think those Iowa guys are high on Ludington. I think they think he's going to be the next 97 for them. So I'm interested to see how he definitely does this weekend and how all these dudes end up playing out. Luke Cochran's an interesting guy to watch. I've always thought he had the possibility of transferring the last couple of years out of Penn State. Just with that deep lineup, it's going to be hard for him to
Oh, I
start
didn't
over.
even realize that's who that was, bro. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna be tough too. Obviously, jeez, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. Where's he transferring to? Because he did leave, right?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. It said there Chippewa Wrestling, but I honestly don't know what that is. Chippewa actually might be
Chippewa.
is Central Michigan possibly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know. I thought I saw he's going to Wisconsin for some reason, but clear I don't think he is. But
I could. Someone fact checked me in the comments there if you
dude, I
know.
think Chippewa is Central Michigan. Dude, oh
Yeah.
man, I didn't even realize that. Wow. Dude, yeah, he could. I mean, he could take that as well, dude. That's crazy. That's gonna be an interesting wait.
Yeah,
That's all I
let's
can say about it. That's gonna be a tough wait.
yeah, no, I agree. Let's move on to 97 here. I think this is Camden McDaniel's weight from what I could tell. I don't know this Justin Griffith kid too well. He's 72 on the big board. He's the highest guy. Um, but there is definitely going to be some other killers. Sorry, when I was saying these are small weight classes, I meant
Yeah,
small
for the
guys
big
on
board.
the big board. Yeah, I apologize. Some of them have a bunch of guys, some of them don't. So, you got
I
anything
mean, like,
else here? I don't know
yeah, I, mean, I think
exactly.
there's too much to say here. Obviously, everybody's gonna be tough. The same old story, but Cam McDorn, Daniel, two-time All-American at this point. Pretty solid guy. He just finds a way to win, so I'm definitely rolling with him.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. I'm curious where some of the Penn State guys are actually. I thought maybe you'd see like a Josh Bar Russell here. I know he actually had that injury, so maybe that's a bad example. But just guys in general like Messenbrink or like a K-Sack or a Duke or a
So I think,
um,
like, I mean, K-Sack, I'm pretty sure has got like a pretty bad concussion now.
yeah, I mean he's a bad example too.
It was like all their
But
guys like hurt or something.
yeah,
But I
you're
forgot about
right.
that until you started saying it. I was like, I think a lot of them are just injured.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe a lot of them are just they're just banged up after a long college season, which I do understand. So, um, let's finish it off here at 125. Aiden Faulkner, I actually do know him. I actually do know Carter Neves as well. Connor Mirasola is going to be a big name there. Juan Mora, know that. Coy Hopke. I don't know if Nolan Neves is Carter Neves' brother, honestly, but that's possible. That's about all the
Yeah,
guys I know
it's,
off the top of my head. That's a decent weight class, though.
I mean, there's a lot of big names here for sure. I'm always interested in how Mirasola wrestles because he's so like, I don't know who was saying it. They're like, he shoots himself out of matches. Like he'll be doing too much sometimes.
Yeah,
So, I'm like, in freestyle, I feel like you get rewarded for doing too much. Like that's always better. So, and again, it's always hard for me to pick against the Penn State kids. So I'm interested how Mirasola does, but I could see some of these guys taking him out.
for sure. Yeah. Well, it was fun to do this, man. I appreciate you hopping on here and talking wrestling with me.
I wish I had more to add. I need to get more brushed up on the high school kids. Sorry to the high school kids that if I disrespected you, that's I just don't know enough.
Yeah. Nah, same here. Honestly, same here. Like a lot of you guys are probably like some killers. I probably just don't know. So I just don't watch as much high school nowadays, right? I watch a lot of college wrestling, to be honest with you. So if I do know who you are, you're a killer for sure. And if I don't know, you're probably a killer anyways. Definitely if you're in the U20 bracket. But uh, I'm looking forward to watching it this weekend, being out there. If you guys see me, say what's up. I don't think I got anything else, man. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that content creator stuff I gotta say. But nah, seriously, if you enjoyed it, drop a comment. Let me know you enjoyed it. These longer videos take a lot more effort than whipping up a quick little short video, honestly. So I appreciate everyone watching them. You got anything else, Shiesteez? I appreciate you hopping on, man. You're the man for hopping on and doing this with me.
Not anything to add. Thanks for letting me be here. Y'all should definitely give Mr. Cole a follow beyond the mat. He does some cool
Yeah.
stuff. If you're looking for more informational, I personally love your interviews when you interview like big names like the Joey Blaze interview. I thought that was really cool. You got to keep doing that. I don't know if those get you views or not, but I love that stuff. So keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, the thing is, honestly, just sort of insight for people, those take like a decent amount longer to like edit.
Oh,
And then
I'm
like the
sure.
thing, it's like it's hard to like find clips and then like find people that are like always good on camera. It's like even if something like is good, it's like it could be like a 2 minute video or something of them like explaining it. It's like that video is not gonna like go off if it's 2 minutes. So it's like it's hard to like I don't know. You got to like kind of like scrape through back through the content and like the podcast and be like, oh, this might be a good clip. It just makes it like way harder. We're like, regardless. I need to get back and just start doing more of that stuff and dropping more interviews. I've just been busy and not at the house, so that's part of it.
I
Anyways.
feel you. Of the few serious wrestling things that I enjoy, I like your when you have the clip interviews, like the shots of that. So I always appreciate it. Maybe it doesn't get always appreciated on the views wise, but I think that shit goes hard.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I'll definitely keep doing it. And like you said, I appreciate the shout out. Go check out Shiesteez. I'll have all his stuff linked in the description. You're on Instagram and TikTok, just correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. I'll link all his stuff in the description and go drop him a follow. A lot of his stuff is super fun. That's why I wanted to have him on here. He'll speak his mind. He'll say what he wants to say. He has a lot of good takes, a lot of hot takes, a lot of
Got some
everything
bad
in
ones.
between. Some funny stories. Like you'll really get everything when you follow Shiesties. That's what I like about him. So if you guys enjoyed having him on, me having him on, let me know as well. So again, now I'm just rambling, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.